The Milano Automobile Club then decides to organize a 500-mile race on the oval, pitting the people from the United States, Indy, against the Formula One people. And the oval for this 500-mile race would not be the one you're thinking of, Indianapolis. And you are in small great stories. Every week here on Splash and Go, you already know a small story from Formula One, or not, as long as it's quick, fun to tell, and nice to know. Let's go! Remember that the other day I told you a story about when Bernie Ecclestone challenged Indy to a race and even offered a $10 million prize, saying, "I'll cover half." Well, the editor will show you the thumbnail. It's worth watching. But that wasn't the first time one side challenged the other. And on this occasion, in 1957 and 58, they went to the track. Someone had the idea to put both sides, the two halves of the Motorsport orange, the United States and the world of Europe, into a definitive showdown. The race was named the Race of Two Worlds and would be contested in what was then nicknamed Monzanapolis, an oval in Monza. That's right. To explain this story, a step back. The Monza National Autodrome in the Monza Park on the outskirts of Milan was created in 1922 and is called by many the Temple of Speed. Although several places in the world have that name. Indianapolis is one. When I went to Daytona, it was written there too. The world capital of motorsport. Monza was designed with a layout that combined an oval and a mixed course, one part, the so-called road course, a mixed track of 5.5 kilometers that joined a 4.5 kilometer oval, totaling 10 kilometers per lap. This ring had two banked curves. Not had, has. It's still there today. With the north one, a high-speed curve. Nord, in the south one, a high-speed curve. Sud, meaning south. And it was on the oval layout, leaving aside the mixed course, that a race with a, let's agree, bold proposition would be held. To call the single-seaters from what was then called the USAC, there wasn't the Indy with the name we know today, but they were the Indy Spec. That's the origin, the name. Formula Indy, which were the Indy cars. I've already told the story of Indy in this video here. To face with their brute force and endurance, the refined European machines, such as those from Formula One, and they also considered those from Le Mans, which were accustomed to endurance races. The year was 1957. The heat was scorching, and the race would be 500 miles. To give you an idea, a Formula One race usually covers 200 miles, which converts to roughly 320 kilometers. Even at that time, safety concerns were on everyone's mind, and to ease things, the race was divided into 3 heats of 1 hour each, with enough time in between for the cars to be inspected and undergo preventive maintenance, trying to avoid the carnage that we know happened on the tracks back then. The Americans arrived prepared, very well prepared, with drivers experienced in racing on ovals, and Jimmy Bryan not only won, but also set a speed record for the Monza Super Oval, an average of 257 kilometers per hour over 189 laps. In second place was Troy Ruttman, and in third, Johnny Parsons. All 3 were in American cars. Indy then, or what would become Indy, completing the podium. And the Europeans? Well, the best ranked were the Jaguars, which at the time dominated Le Mans, but they finished several laps behind. That would be, until then, the fastest race in terms of average speed ever held, with Tony Bettenhausen setting the fastest lap with an average speed, mind you, of 284.6 kilometers per hour. I know, today that's not much compared to the averages at Indianapolis. But you have to remember, we're talking about 1958. The following year, things got serious and Ferrari, along with Maserati, thought, in our home, in our Monza, we're not going to come here to get thrashed. But once again, the United States won. Granted, this time, they had to work hard, but they still 1. Unfortunately, Monzanapolis only lasted 2 editions due to a lack of sponsorship. Can you imagine if we had an all-star race with Indy cars set up for the oval as they already are, allowing the Formula 1 cars to be configured for it as well? Who would be the fastest? Or what if Ecclestone's idea in 1993 had been put into practice? 2 races, 2 chances to find out who is the fastest. 1 on the road course, 1 on the oval. Some curiosities about Monzanapolis. In 1958, Maserati developed the 420 Mi Starter 58 model, sponsored by a gelato ice cream company called the 𝙪𝙾𝙀𝙯. It was even one of the first forays of a sponsor, someone paying to put their name on. And with this car, Stirling Moss, that one, had a serious accident at over 250 kilometers per hour with those cigar-shaped cars that didn't even have seat belts and came out unscathed. And we have footage of that. I asked the editor to include some for you here at the end, and also some throughout the video. If it's not there, it's because Google's copyright robot didn't allow it. So that was another little big story from Splash and Go. I hope you enjoyed it. Leave a like, it's free, it costs nothing, it really helps this channel a lot. Do me this favor, do us this favor, and don't forget to also leave your hype with us. Likes, hypes, shares, and especially comments help the algorithm understand that you like the work, and then it delivers it to more people. If you've been there, comment here. If you have nothing to comment, tell us the city you're watching from. I always show this to our future and current sponsors to demonstrate that we are all over Brazil, and sometimes even outside of it. To receive notifications of everything we do here, we have notification channels on Telegram, Instagram, and WhatsApp where you can join and start receiving an automatic message as soon as I publish something. We also have our social media accounts here with the handles for Instagram, Twitter, Threads, and TikTok where there's content all the time. Thanks and a big hug.